Good morning. I'm Ron Moore, and this is your morning cup of motivation. Some people live in fancy brick houses. Other people drive some nice high-dollar cars, one of those Porsches, Lamborghinis. Man, those are some high-dollar cars. Dressed in mink stoles. And one of them said I got on sale for $10,000. So, wow, what a deal for a coat. But anyway, let me ask you, who owns all that? Who owns your possessions? You say, man, I worked hard to get those. I worked hard, and I tell you what, I own them. Well, let me just tell you, pal, let me ask you, who gave you the breath to breathe that you could do that? Who gave you the talent that you could just make money? You know, some people, everything they touch turns to gold. Who gave you that? I'm telling you, God gave that to you. Nothing wrong with having money, but it's the love of money. Remember, that's the root of evil, not having money. So we need to realize that God gives us that, and that we're never more godlike than when we give. You see, the scripture, what's the most famous verse in the Bible? John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave. He gave. And so when we give, man, there's just something godlike about that. As truth be told, if God's people would do what God's people are supposed to do, we wouldn't have any need for governmental handouts, for government welfare. Because see, just like in Acts, the 4th chapter, right towards the very end of Acts, the 4th chapter, it says they had all things in common. Some people even went and sold pieces of land. Now, they didn't have to do that, but they could. They had that heart that said, man, we want to give. We want to be part of this. We want to help folks. In fact, a good friend of mine just the other day told me how they were this close to having their house repossessed when God came through. I mean, God came through with a net-breaking, boat-sinking miracle. And they were able to get caught up. And so, see, that's what God's people are supposed to do. A couple of years ago, Deb and I were in man, we were hurting for certain there through no fault of our own. And what a blessing it was to have people that I could call that just said, hey, how can we get the money to you? They didn't say, now, when are you going to pay it back? Or when are you going to do that? You know, this isn't going to happen again. No, they just said, how can we get the money to you? So that's what God's people ought to be. That, man, we are a blessing so that we are blessed so that we can be a blessing. So today I want to challenge you. If you're not involved in giving, I mean, just get hilarious. Like old Jack Taylor used to say, get hilarious in your giving. You're missing out on God's blessings on you. Because I'm telling you, God will bless your socks. So what's he says? Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, overflowing when you give. Hey, have a great day. Be sure to share this with somebody. God bless you. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.